All right, what's up? I'm gonna wait till a few people get in the actual chat room before I go ahead and disclose the details in regards to the private meeting group. Um, I'm gonna let a few more people come in. Hello to everybody. How's everybody night going? By the way, no worries, Mo. It's all good. You can go back. I left it up, so you can go ahead and go back and get at me in my email, man, because I know you in particular have been wanting to get together on a more personal tip and on the private matter. So we're gonna make the transition from YouTube and go to the go-to meeting. So I'm gonna wait for a few more people to get in here. See, it's like 10 people in here right now. So hopefully, I'm trying to get it up to maybe about 20 people or so, because that's about along the lines of the amount of emails that I had got for people that was interested in actually joining the group. So, oh hey, how you doing? Is it Atanis Siller? No worries, it's all good. I appreciate you for tuning in. Yeah, Kizzy is going to be. It's a website called GoToMeeting. Exactly. I got your email that you sent me as well, and it's going to be. I want a few more people to come in before I make the actual announcement, which is I'm going to give out the actual day of the week as well as the time that we're going to be meeting. Um, Juan Hood, you didn't miss much. What up, Barry White? Never fear, Barry's here. uh, oh, okay. Delco driver. It's all good. Yeah, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Oh, no worries, Young King. Entrepreneurship. My email is always open. So if I don't, and to everybody that's listening right now, if I don't get back to you guys right then and there, trust me, I'm working on getting back with you guys. Um, but however, only thing I ask, if you guys do have an issue or something that is pertaining to court, don't email me 2 3 days before saying, "Hey, I got court," on Wednesday and it's Monday, because there's nothing I can really tell you that would put you in a position to be able to basically walk out of there getting your remedy. So hey, how you doing, the happy cookie? So no worries. Okay, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna try to get it up to, like I said, about 20 people. What's up, Marcus? Peace to you as well, brother. I want at least 20 people in, because like I said, you guys, that's along the lines in which oh, it's all being manipulated, Juan. All of the weather is being manipulated. I grew up in Michigan, man, in Detroit, and in particular, man, okay, around this time, usually it might be a little chilly out there. We might have a high of maybe 65. Um, I'm talking about when I was growing up. It was like maybe 60, 65, but not no 30-degree weather with like a 17 mile per hour wind factor, dude. They, of course, it's being manipulated. Uh, Nothing like that. Just here to learn. That's good. Yeah, man. You can, you know what I'm saying? You can You can learn a lot here. I was interested in Form 56. I'm just not familiar with it. Well, yeah, go ahead and read the instructions for the IRS publication that covers that. Says buffering. I will listen to a replay if needed. No worries. Lang Wilson, let's converse. I got a minute tonight. I kind of want to make the announcement and whatnot, but usually on Friday is when I do the live streams, so the open Q&A. I'm still gonna be doing the Q&As on Fridays, so everybody that that decides that they want to eventually join the group, you guys will be able to do that as well. So that's why I'm gonna keep the Q&A going on Friday. So on um, when we do the actual group session in the middle of the week, we'll we'll come back Friday, and any question that wasn't answered in a go-to meeting, we'll then go back and answer it. I'll try to answer it for you guys on Friday. Oh yeah, the Barry White. What part of the city you from? I know. Yeah, entrepreneur, king entrepreneurship. It's crazy, and everybody that's from the Midwest know what I'm talking about. Like, you got to be crazy to think that they're not doing something and somehow, some way manipulating the weather patterns. Because April was like, okay, that snowed and pretty much melted up, and everybody about to get ready to bust out in shorts, and it ain't even 70 degrees yet. So yeah, yeah, it's crazy as hell the weather and how they manipulating and all that. So oh shit, East Side dude, Jefferson and Chalmers. I used to be over there on Promenade hooping off of damn, what is that? That's Gratiot. Yeah, I used to go over there and go hoop off Gratiot at the Martin Luther King courts, the little high courts over there. that was that shit was cutthroat over there though. I used to have to kind of, I used to slide through the east and then dip right back out. I'm from the west though. Yeah, east side all day, y'all. Yeah, I kind of I was over there by that. I remember one time I was over there fucking around over there close by Cedar Grove. And kind of I didn't get caught slipping in the wrong neighborhood, but they was like, yeah, little motherfucker from the west, we gotta get a pay. You get a pass this go round. Yeah, but anyway, let's get off subject. Kizzy said lived off 6 Mile of Grass. Okay, for sure. That's what's up. I'm glad to see my fellow people from the D in the chat room. Uh, yeah, Atlanta. I'm near Atlanta and it's cold as fuck. Yeah. All of this weather and shit, man, they playing a lot of games with the weather and everything. I mean AZ, Atanis. I think that's how you pronounce it, right? Yeah. Yeah, but Esau was always cool. It was just always I never really had a reason to kind of go over there outside of like, what I'm saying, hooping. So I knew it was, this kid. I'm quite sure a lot of people that's from the east side of town, it's like the same for you guys. Like if you don't got family on the west or you ain't got no business on the west, you kind of really don't go over there that much. It's like to me, the east side was kind of like the southwest side. Like you never really go down that way. Yeah, most definitely, Valerie. I think I received your email as well. So I got like 13 people in the chat. So I was trying to get it up to like 20 people. So I'm gonna go ahead and make the announcement. Now the class is going to be held every Wednesday, and we're gonna start at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and we're gonna go to about roughly 9 o'clock. So it's gonna be from 6 to 9, and I need everybody that wants to participate in the class. It'll be we'll take a vote in regards to the materials that will be needed for the class, and it's going to be class funded, so meaning that there will be a donation required. The donation basically will be between $10 to $15 depending on how much money will be needed to cover the materials, such as the well, I got a couple of copies of the Black's Law dictionaries that people have sent me, that I'm going to pass out as one of the first handouts. But for some of the other stuff that we're going to need, such as like restatements, torts, stuff like that, comprehensive contract law books and things of that nature from the American Law Institute, I don't have a problem purchasing it and then scanning it all in out of my money. But collectively, the group is going to support the actual group. So it'll be from $10 to $15 and 6 to 9 Mountain Time every Wednesday. Um, he said, King, Young King Entrepreneurship said, yeah, they are. And I see them playing damn near everybody spraying the fake clouds here. I didn't understand that. He said it's 42 at night in Texas. Exactly. Like Texas don't have bad weather like that. It's crazy. But so yeah, the announcement is that the class is going to take place every Wednesday night from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Mountain Time. Um, and I'm going to, if everybody that's interested that have sent me emails already, I'm going to send out the non-disclosure form that I will have you guys. It will be a requirement. You must provide a photostat copy of your ID, because you guys, anybody can just sign a signature. I kind of, if I'm gonna trust everybody in regards to doing the class, you guys got to trust me, and I need to be able to trust you guys that you guys will comply with uh, not disclosing private information that I don't want to make public on the platform such as YouTube. So that'll pretty much be it. Kizzy, so you said it'll be 8 o'clock p.m. my time. Yeah, that's the common ground on which I was able to meet a lot of people's time zones. For everybody that's on the east, it's kind of like, yeah, but the majority of the group was centered in the south or on the west coast out here. So for everybody that's in the eastern time zone, my apologies, but that's kind of like the best that I could do. Um, so yeah, it'll be Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. And we're going to go over every week. We're going to pick a subject, and I'm going to provide forums, documents, publications, all of my knowledge in which I know about the subject, and other people will have an assignment to provide research as well. So every Wednesday. And then on Friday we'll follow back and do the Q&A. Sorry about that. I'm quite sure you guys hear Duke in the background barking and everything. He's kind of upsetting my other Doberman, but nonetheless. Um, so yeah, that's the announcement, and it will require a non-disclosure agreement as well as a photocopied ID to be sent to me so it can be filed. Without those two pieces of documents, you can't attend the class, and there will be a anywhere between $10 and $15 monthly fee to pay for reading materials for each other in the class. So, as I explained to you guys previously in um, one of the previous live streams that I did, is going to be a self-funding class for everybody that's in the class. So we're going to put up the money and fund each other. So that's the announcement for tonight. Anybody got any questions? I'll wait another maybe 5-10 minutes or so if anybody got any more questions. Barry said he's in Wilsonville, Oregon. Yeah. What's going on up in the Portland area? I haven't been to Portland in like 3 years. Yeah, Young King Entrepreneurship. Danny Harris is basically okay. It's going to be two requirements now. The class is going to take place every Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Mountain Time, and it's going to require a non-disclosure agreement to be signed, and as well as you have to provide a picture ID, a photostat copy of your ID. Um, and after that, oh yeah, sorry about that, Jelaine. I'll put it here. Here's my email address right here. You can email me if you're interested because I don't think that I received the email from you. So that's my email address. You're in Berkeley, up in the Bay. Shout out to the Bay Area, Oaktown. I got folks up in the Bay. Um, is it still buffering for anybody else, or is everybody able to hear me speak now? Yeah, everybody pretty much from Cali, that's from the Bay, has pretty much ran up to Portland, or a lot of people is up in the Washington area, in particular, like Kent, stuff like that. So the whole West Coast has pretty much changed from the time when I first moved out here as well. So it's like it's weird because like even if you talk to like anytime if you even go to LA now, it is rare that you actually meet somebody who's like from like South Central or something like that. Like everybody has been shelled out to like Lancaster, Pomona, shit like that. Gentrification is real, but nonetheless. So yeah, Danny here as the class once again. It will be from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Mountain Time every Wednesday, and it'll be the requirements is $10 to $15, whatever the group decide to agree upon. It's going to be a self-funding group. Everybody will be required to pay, myself included. And if you're not able to make the $10 or $15 payment, no worries, you're not out of the group, but you won't have access to the actual meeting the uh, until the balance has been paid. I'm going to appoint two separate trustees to manage the PayPal account for the actual group. And before we start every meeting, the trustees will have to display and share their screen of the account history and the current balance that's in the PayPal account. So, Barry White said, I missed Detroit. Should I just send my ID? Yeah, go ahead and send that to me, Mo. I'm gonna send out everybody though. I'm gonna send out the everybody that has emailed me already. I'm gonna send you a non-disclosure statement, and you're gonna have to get it. You're gonna have to sign it and send a copy of your ID as well, so I can match the ID with the signature. Well, where are you at now, Barry? I miss Detroit as well. Nothing like the D, but nonetheless. Yeah, I heard the Seattle area is kind of like, yeah, it's kind of shitty now. Like that's another town that they've gotten to like a lot of the riffraff. Like Seattle was like one of the original cool little laid back West Coast cities where a person can, just really go up there and relax and just chop it up. And I kind of heard, yeah, Seattle is looking kind of fairly, fucked up and rough now. Like it's not the same Seattle no more that it once was. Just wait, Maurice, because I need to send you the non-disclosure agreement anyway. So when I send you that, then you can go ahead and send that to me. So yeah, that's the announcement. That's pretty much the announcement. And I'm going to drop my email once again for anybody that wants to watch this or that comes across this video later and wants to sign up for the group. Yeah, Kizzy, you can invite somebody. Marcus Garvey said everybody smoking pills. Pretty much, man. Pretty much. It's sad out here nowadays. It's like that coke shit, believe it or not, right? Like, because if anybody has ever been to like, Detroit knows that I was on the phone with a friend of mine the other day and she was telling me, she was like, man, yeah, Dre was like, usually it was just, in our day, it was just like people was like smoking weed and shit like that. Now she was saying it's like this coke shit then came back and that's like the new I guess drug. And I'm like, oh, basically, so what you telling me in like a year from now, motherfuckers gonna turn into crackheads. But nonetheless, let me get off that. All right, cool, Danny. Yeah, no worries. Like I said, anybody that sends me an email, that'll be pretty much, unless they ask on a specific question in the email, I'll pretty much know that your intent is to join the group. So I'll go ahead and send you the non-disclosure. And upon signing a non-disclosure, please send back a photostat copy of your ID, state issued ID or passport or whatever. I just need something on file for my records. About Wilsonville is what, like 60 miles north of Portland, though, right? That's like that little town, like it's like one of the last stops right before you get to Beaverton, right? Or some shit like that, right? Yeah, I think that's like the last little town right before you get up to Beaverton. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. I pretty much got for everybody tonight. I just wanted to go ahead and make the announcement. So the common denominator came down to the day of the week being Wednesday, as well as then we can. I figure, hell, it's the middle of the week, so outside of Thursday, people can turn. It's a short turnaround for people to be able to ask questions on Friday in the Q&A. Now, for the people that tune in on Friday, that's not a part of the group. They might not know what everybody is, what we will be referring to or talking about. But that's okay because on Friday, people can still ask as many questions as they want to and stuff like that. Barry White said, but Trump's taking us to Mars and wants to kill drug dealers. Man, let me tell you something, dude. If this country didn't want drugs, they wouldn't have drugs. But we are. I'm not telling you nothing you don't already know. The drug users continue to perpetuate the norm. It's just that this shit is an epidemic now, and so many. I guess they would call supposedly well-to-do teenagers is strung all out with this fucking opioid shit that it's like now all of a sudden America cares and they gives a fuck, you know. But if it's anytime the drugs is in an impoverished or black neighborhood, then it's just, you know, nobody gives a fuck. Everybody turns a black eye because that's just okay. But now that the shit is affecting uh everybody, then you know, it is what it is. Send it to me in an email, Mo. I'll get at you in an email. Cause you know, I mean, shit. I'm only staying on here for 30 minutes, which was from 8:30 to 9 o'clock. So send it to me in an email. Seattle is full of pedos and queers. Yeah, like I said, Seattle used to be like a little virgin city, and then it had this honey pot bust open. You know what I mean? It used to be a little virgin city though, like you know, and a lot of that California riffraff shit, like from the Bay, and went up there now. Like you know, a lot of that shit from. I mean, but truth be told, it always was like a hub for guys that you know might have some shit going on up in the Bay Area, and then they run up to Seattle real quick, lay low for a minute because Sacramento, you figure hell, Sacramento is too close, so they really want to kind of get out of the Bay in its entirety. So they figure fucking we ain't gonna pit stop in Oregon. We might as well just continue to head north. And you know, it's just always that's really what it is. You know, that's really what happened to Seattle, at least from my perspective. I got a friend who lived in Kent, and he was telling me, you know, he went to school up there and shit, and just ended up staying. But he was telling me that, you know, yeah, the same shit is like, you know, what you saying. That's fine, Gio. We're gonna archive everything as well. And what I'm gonna do is for everybody that's in the group, right? That's a good question you just made, Gio. For everybody that can't make the actual live streams, I'm gonna record them and I'm gonna send them to you guys in a private link on YouTube so you guys can go back and rewatch them. Or I can always archive them and then just send them to you guys' email address. Yeah, Barry, but you know the CIA, they that's what they do. The CIA push, you know, them the biggest. You caught it right. That's the biggest dope dealers. You know, they shit. I mean, like what we was talking, just like what was that last Friday when we was talking about a lot of the shit that's going on in the Middle East and you know the poppy fields and all of that. Man, it's just it's a continuing cycle because you can have all the dope in the world, but if you ain't got nobody to sell it to, then what do you got? So America is the one with the dope problem. Not the people are the ones with the problem. But like I said, what I said that day, I said, you know, like I would rather, me personally, I would rather just deal with my shit because once the high or the alcohol wears off, the problem isn't going anywhere. So Maurice said, "My gay bro just moved to Seattle. Makes sense." Yeah, I mean, shit. It was a cool little like. It was Seattle was one of for the people that don't like know their history about like certain little cities on the west and shit like that. Seattle was like I said, was a cool little virgin town. Really, if you go back like 10 years ago, like '08, '09, you had like the second wave of trend of like people that was from like the east or the Midwest that was moving out west, and then Seattle was like one of the main little cool little hubs. Like for somebody like me, if you live in like the Phoenix area, you gonna run up there real quick, you know what I'm saying? Play around, boom, boom, and then come right back down. For you guys know what I'm saying. But Geopolis said that's so the USA can control the Middle East drug trade. Exactly. So once they clear out the poppy fields, then they go and they dig. Well, they figure shit. It's outside of the oil. It's pretty much nothing else left in the region. So they figure we basically we gotta create our own capitalist market, whether it's legal or illegal, moral or immoral. We gotta continue to create some type of revenue stream from this actual region. because they need to justify sending that many troops and spending that many large amounts of resources over there and not being able to extract a whole bunch of shit from the area. That's all these people do. But these people, they've been doing that shit for years, man. That's why I like those little. I mentioned them like a couple of streams back where I said that I like that little island. It's in Andaman Islands in the middle of the Indian Ocean, and the Indian government pretty much put a buffer zone with those people, and they call it the Sentinelese people, or the name of the island is called North Sentinel Island, and they basically don't want nobody on their island, because they don't trust the man in quotation marks, and I don't blame them. And you guys would, if you guys like take a look at some of the videos that people have did on them on YouTube, you could just see the fucking hateful comments that a lot of these stupid, retarded, ignorant, you know, ill-informed, it's just like heinous shit that these motherfuckers is in the comments saying about people that they don't know nothing about. And even if they sneezed on these people will fucking die because they ain't had no type of exposure with the outside world. But just reading some of the comments that these stupid motherfuckers be writing about people that they don't even know of, it's like it's crazy. But hey, that's the world that we live in. Geopolitics said Pedro Dollar and Poppy Dollar. They force other countries to buy the supply using the American dollar. Yeah, they do. They do that type of shit, man. They, that's what they do. I mean, look at the conditions in Africa. You know what I mean? Extract all the ivory, all the gold. You know, all the diamonds. You know, and then once after they exploit the region of its resources, they put either one or two things happen. The people rise up in a rebellion because they figure hell, they domestic government allowed this shit to happen and was in bed with these motherfuckers. So then they try to portray the rebels out as being some heinous warlords and criminals, but in all actuality, they figure hell, we didn't benefit from the supposed alleged government that was in business with all of these motherfuckers, extracting all of our natural resources from our region, and our people is literally fucking starving. But yeah, they can give us an AK-47, they can give us an M16. You see what I'm saying? We can get all the guns that we want, but as far as being able to take care of ourselves and be able to use our resources to our advantage, no, we can't do that though. So it's hypocrites. They're hypocrites though. That's what they do. What up, Neo XL Bay? What's the deal? How you doing tonight? He said, that's when they want control over there. That's what they want. They want control over there. They blow it up. Say we help rebuild. What they hand with the money to rebuild, so they just make the rules. Either that, or they put like I said, they always put some little bullshit puppet regime over there that they can control, and they think that the people are stupid to go along with it and think that uh somehow, some way, the people are just gonna go along and not be able to see it for what it's worth. Meaning that you okay, look at prime example, look at what happened, what I'm saying, with Egypt, Iraq. You know what I'm saying? It's a continuing cycle, man. And what they fail to realize that is that eventually when they keep overthrowing all of these governments and they put the people in a position to where the people ain't gonna have no choice but to collectivize, that's when this little terrible reign of these little secret societies that's meeting behind back doors and brokering all these wars all over the fucking world. When the people finally do come together, what I'm saying? Hopefully the people, that light bulb will turn on and it'll click and the people will come together and say, you know what, we got to go get them motherfuckers. It's gonna be the people looking for the elite or the people that's responsible for all of this shit. And then they won't have nowhere to run to. They won't have nowhere. Oh yeah, Libya, James Harvey, Libya. Gaddafi killed that fucking man. And Libya wasn't a poor country. See, that's the notion that the Western media try to portray. They try to portray Libya as if it was a fucking poor country. And they killed Gaddafi because Gaddafi wanted to put the African continent back on the gold standard. So they will be able to have their own natural resources and economy be able to flow through their own separate currency. And the World Bank or the International Monetary Fund said, "Oh hell no! You got to go because now you fucking with what's keeping us in power. We controlling the people through paper. Literally, think about that. They control the people through paper. So like the fact that they are able to control the people through paper, what do they get you guys on? What I talk about adhesion contracts, paper. What do people kill each other over all day, every day? Money, which is made of what? Paper. So literally, they're using paper to control the people. But the fact that he was, you know what I'm saying, trying to put the continent of Africa back on the actual metal standard that has actual equal buying power, they didn't want that. You got to go. Right, exactly. James Harvey, you caught it absolutely right. He fought against using the Western dollar. Yeah. So they didn't like that. They was like, oh, you really got to go because now you didn't see he circumvented playing a little bullshit political game with the United Nations and they little bullshit Security Council and all of that. He circumvented that because he said, you know what? I know that we as the continent of Africa, they're never going to get a fair shake, no fucking way. So it's only up for Africa to save Africa and come together. And they was like, you know what? Because we got so many undeveloped countries over here, we're not having it. We need them in debt. We need to be able to exploit the people. We need to be able to dig shit up, blow shit up, kick ass, shoot motherfuckers all up, destroy villages, burn villages, put them in a different set of religion, get them to hate us, so then 30 years from now, when they become so-called rebels, we can turn right back around and say that they're an enemy and then go back over and start a war after we've been gone for 10, 15 years. So really think about it. That's what they did after Persian Gulf and all that shit. What did they do? They turned right back around and say, like, not even 15 years later, from about 91 to about '03, and turn right back around and say, you know what? Yeah, we got them. Right. Geopolish, you caught it right. He said, yes, that's exactly why they killed Momart and Saddam. They were both working on the gold standard for their countries. Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, they'll try to portray it and make it seem like, Libya was some poor ass country or some shit like that. Libya was rich as fuck. Egypt rich as fuck. Now look at what happening. Just look at what's happening now. But the people, it's just so disheartening that I really need, I like these questions that you guys ask me because I get to expound and give my opinion on it. As you guys can see, like I didn't, it's 9:03, but I'm still chopping it up and I'm talking with you guys because you guys like y'all be asking like some real dope shit, and I kind of like talking about that. And outside of just like the little legal and law stuff, and that's just what they do, man. But the people are the ones to blame, man. At the end of the day, because we fall for the okie dokie every time. Every time we fall for the okie dokie. Just people as a society in whole, man. We just always fall for the okie doke. We never stop to ask, okay, you're gonna put this gun in my hand and you're gonna tell me to go kill these people, right? What if I go kill these people? Who benefit and for what reason? And what's in it for you if I do this? She is like, look, the basic questions, man. Marie said, right, keep them as slaves. Geopolitics said, that's why, please, everyone need never get your info from the mainstream media. It's the worst place to look for your info and stay informed. Hell yeah. But you would be surprised, man, how many people be believing that shit and like, oh, our government would never lie to us. Man, you got so many. Just look at how many so-called patriots it is. They standing for a fucking flag. You are you guys familiar that they try to criticize Colin Kaepernick, right? Talking about oh, he kneeling for the flag, this, that, and the third, right? That's not even the actual de jure American fucking flag. Yes, what you think is the American flag is not the American flag. And I'll post the real American flag for anybody that wants to see it. I'll post a link to it on this video. So it's like they talk about that they patriots, this, that, and the third, but then they just so fucking hypocritical. It's like it makes no fucking sense, yo. You landed a free home of the brave, But so if you free and if the people are free, why can't the people do what the fuck they want to do without treading on another person's rights? Now, I am all of the belief that your rights stop the minute you invade on another person's rights or land. But You can't name me a city in America right now that's not under a police state. We under martial law already. Insurrection against the government, man, because we trading with the enemy. So that's what them motherfuckers do, man. They do that type of shit, you know. But that's pretty much, man. Y'all be asking some dope ass, or y'all be having like good comments. So like when I hear it, I be like wanting to expound upon it and shit, and I just keep going, man, because I could talk about that stuff for like hours and shit, man. So what's up? Yeah, you can't handle the truth. I don't know if you missed the announcement, but let me go ahead and repeat the announcement for you. I don't know if you was in the chat, but the announcement is that the private meeting group will take place every Wednesday from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock Mountain Time. If you are not able to make the actual class, the classes will be recorded, and I can send you a link, a private link, so you can watch it on YouTube, or I can email it to you. There will be a non-disclosure form that will have to be signed, as well as a photostat copy of ID, and then that'll be the only requirements. Plus, it's going to be a self-funded group, so the group will have to fund itself in regards to myself included. We'll have whatever the group decide. We'll take a vote, and we'll decide to see how much each one of us should be paying in so-called alleged dues, so we can fund the group and get everybody things that they will need as far as reading material and things of that nature. James Hardy said that's because they have control because your parents signed over birth certificate registrations. I stayed until you're claiming after 18. Yeah, well, you lost at sea after 7 years. So after 7 years, you consider abandoned at sea. A lot of people get that wrong. It's not 5, it's not 18, it's 7 years. After 7 years, you consider lost at sea. Geopolita said, heck yeah, I like getting into the chat about real stuff. Keep it real, and we all stay informed. My funding is in let me know. I have a community center. I can make phone copies cheap. Okay, you can't handle the truth. If you're on Eastern time, that's right. I remember you're in the Southeast. So if you're on the Eastern time, and for whatever reason you can't stay up that late from like say 8 o'clock, that would be like yeah, 8 your time or 8 o'clock spring for fall back. I don't know. We don't practice daylight savings out here in AZ. So I think it's still spring forward fall back from where you at. But if for whatever reason if you can't stay up, or if you got to go, that's fine. We'll archive a lot of stuff, and I'm still going to continue doing the Friday Q&A. So any questions or topics that wasn't covered then, we'll cover it on the Friday session without disclosing too much information in regards to what we talked about. But yeah, everybody will be required to sign a non-disclosure, as well as provide a photocopy ID, so I can verify that you are who I'm taking it that you are. So yeah, but I like talking it up and chopping it up about real subjects, because it's a lot of stuff, man, that uh I got crazy ass opinions on, and I'm not saying that I'm always right, because there's a lot of stuff that I could be wrong on. I'm not one to walk around and act as if, oh, my opinion is high and mighty and my opinion is only the right opinion, because everybody got opinions, and everybody make valid points in which some of the stuff that they bring it to the forefront. But if we talking about what's going on, you know, as it pertains to the United States going around fucking with everybody, I'm totally against that. It's too much shit going on here domestically. Way too much shit going on here domestically. But I understand it with them, it's business. See, that's the cliche that we say. We quick to say, well, they constantly going around fucking with everybody in the rest of the world. Well, they fucking with these people because they got business interests over there. It's never that they just going to go fuck with these people because they care about people being, gassed with and shit like that. They don't care about who kills who. What they care about is if they have a business interest that they need to exploit, and that there's a government in place that does not want to be exploited and is not playing ball. So you have to go because you're posing too much of a threat to the status quo. So, but yeah, I can keep ranting and raving about that shit, man. But I'm gonna go ahead and let everybody go. Everybody that watches this in the future or wants to join the group, remember the requirements will be that you will have to sign a non-disclosure agreement as well as you will have to provide a copy of your photo identification with the non-disclosure. In addition to the fact that there will be whatever the group decides on how much money we need to fund uh you know, to fund each other. If somebody is like, I explained all that previously. It's going to be a self-funding group where everybody will collectively pitch in and provide for the group, whether it be reading material, whether it be uh, printed out publications, whether it be, funding everybody's Dropbox account, things of that nature. We have to all come together. We have to share all the information that we collect amongst each other, whether it be funding somebody who has a particular topic that they are researching, things of that nature. So that's pretty much what's going to take place. Um, I put my email in the chat. I'll put it in one more time as well, and everybody can have a good night. If you are interested, email me at my email address, and I will be sending over everybody that has already emailed me their interest in the groups the non-disclosure agreement first thing in the morning. This is Dre Chilly signing out to everybody. Everybody have a good night.